What up, my grade 10s? Welcome to grade 2. Welcome to Euclidean geometry. When I was in grade 10, I hated this topic with everything that I have. And later, years later, I'm coming back. I love it so much. The best topic. This topic is one of the easiest topics that we are ever going to do. And what I want us to do, ladies and gentlemen, is to follow the following instructions that I want you to do. So what we want to do on this particular video is to give you guys some tips that you need to know. So just have your notebook ready and start taking some note because we are about to get going, guys. We are about to get going. Welcome. So let's actually look at this. We want to do a Euclidean geometry. Oh, this looks ugly as hell, right? I'm like, why would I use black on black? This is like really terrible. So we want to do a Euclidean geometry. You guys are doing your grade 10. It has to be lovely, huh? Now, let's just do this revision. You should have probably done this way back on your grade 9. So what is it? We want to look at these two stuff, right? We want to look at these two stuff. So let's just look at, stuff number 1. Let's just look at stuff number 1. Now, before we look at stuff number 1, I want to remind you of something. If you have a straight line just like this, you need to know that the angle existing within the straight line adds up to 180 degrees. So that means that if we have a point, within this line, this angle actually measures to 180 degrees, right? So that angle actually measures to 180 degrees. So let's say that we draw a line from that point to anywhere here, right? So you realize that. So let's just call this point, in fact, let's just call this point K, right? So we're just gonna call this point K1 and we're gonna call this point K number 2. So we realize that if we want to add K1 and K2, we need to say we want to add angle K1 plus angle K2. You realize something, this is not a mistake. To show that this is an angle, I'm adding those little hats on the top. So that actually shows that that is an angle, right? So to add the K1 and K number 2, we know that the sum, so sum means addition. So we know that the sum of K1 and K number 2, we know that when we add the K1 and K number 2, we do not know what K1 is and we do not know what K number 2 is, but we know that if we add them, we are going to get 180 degrees, right? So it's important for you to know this. And the reason that you're gonna give, you're just gonna say, this is because of the what? Angles on a straight line, right? So angles that are on a straight line actually adds up to 180 degrees. So let's just look at example number 2. I want to show you example number 2, ladies and gentlemen. Let's just say this is, example number 2. And on example number 2, we are having another point here and we are having this line, right? So within this line, we are being told that this is, this is M and this is K, right? So this is angle M and this is angle K. What is the sum of angle M and angle K? So we know that, the sum of angle M and angle K is going to add up to what? It is going to add up to 180 degrees. And what is our reason for claiming that? The reason is because this is the sum of angles on a straight line. Isn't this a straight line? This is a straight line, right? So if we add all the angles within a straight line, they are going to give us a sum of 180 degrees. So we're just going to say, because this is what? The sum of angle in a straight line. Or simply angles on a straight line, or this one. You can simply say angles on a straight line, or you could say that sum of angles on a straight line. So let's just give you guys one last example. So let's say that we have this line, right? So within this line, we are having a point. So this point actually diverged this. Oh my God, what did I do? So let's say we've got this point, right? And within this point, we diverge this, and we also have got this one, right? So let's actually call this point let me just say call it M. So it's going to be M1, M2, M3, and M4. And someone actually says you need to add all those angles. So you know that M1, the angle M1 plus the angle M2 plus the angle M3 plus the angle M4, that sum, what is the sum of that angle? That sum is going to give us what? 180 degrees. And why is that? The reason is because that it is what? Sum angle of a triangle. Oh, it is because of what? Angle in a straight line. Angle on a straight line. So what did we learn, guys? We have learned that all the angles that are existing within a straight line, if we add them, we are going to get 180 degrees. That is simple as that, right? That is so simple. I'm just surprised when a lot of people say this is so hard. Just tell me, guys, is this hard? You know, if you got Nova, you've got everything that you need. Relax, man. You don't have to panic. You don't have to do anything. Nova got you, right? In fact, I think like we need to do this thing. We need to start a trend and say Nova saves lives. I don't know, because like there's no way, like there's no one who's gonna explain these concepts and they make them seem as simple as what I've just done. Now guys, I want to remind you of something. This video is brought to you by the Nova Learning Hubs. Now the Nova Learning Hubs, it is the premium side of Nova. If you want to improve your grades, if you want to do really incredible, you need to be part of the Nova Learning Hubs. Now, how do you join the Nova Learning Hubs? So to join the Nova Learning Hubs, you're just going to open your web browser. I'm going to open my Safari. I'm starting to remember that my tablet was actually on WhatsApp right now. So when I open this, it's going to take us straight to our WhatsApp. So let me just quickly, boom, yay, I actually scored. Somebody's going to pause there to see what was on my WhatsApp. Don't do that, guys. So you actually come to your, you're just going to come to your web browser and you're just going to press search and you need to press studentport.co.za. And if you press go, you're just going to come to our amazing website and you're just going to press join Learning Hubs. If you join Learning Hubs, you come to this page, press select grade. And then after pressing select grade, just go to grade number 10, right? So here on grade 10, you are only just going to focus on what? On mathematics. It's a very affordable pricing. It is really incredible. Now, what are we actually going to look, ladies and gentlemen? You are just going to go to the Nova app and start learning. It's very easy as that. Now, let's actually continue with what we were doing, right? So we spoke about the angles on a straight line. Now, let's just look at something. Let's just look at angle around a point. So how do we mean by angle around a point? Now, this is what it means. If we have got a point, right, I'm just going to say this is a point, right? If we have got a point, if we want to rotate around this point, right? If we want to rotate around that point, we know that, this rotation makes a 360-degree rotation. I've seen this a lot on social media. I'm sorry, but they would tell someone to say, hey, give me a 360. And then they just rotate, isn't it? You know what I hate? I hate it that when we speak about rotation on math, you don't understand it. But when we speak about rotation on social media, you literally understand. Like someone is going to tell you that, hey, give me a 360. You have never heard of such phrase, but you know you need to turn around. But when we tell you about 360 on math, you just don't understand. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, this is incredible, right? This is just something out of a movie. You guys are so hilarious. But let's not just focus on that. You guys are just, I don't know what's wrong with you guys. Like, something is seriously wrong. But okay, we say that angles around the point actually adds up to a 360 degrees, right? So let's say we have got the following. Let's say we have got this and we've got this, right? So let's call this point M. So it means that we've got M1, M2, M3, and M4, right? So we have M1, M2, M3, and M4 as well. By the way, this is your homework. I want you to add the B2 and B1 there and tell me what you find. So You know that if you add the angle M1 plus the angle M2 plus the angle M3 up to the angle M4, the answer that you're going to get is what? It is 360 degrees. Are you guys understanding this? This is no longer angles on a straight line, but rather these are angles around a point. So angles around a point actually adds up to 360 degrees. And your reason is going to be what? Angles around a point. So if you have an angle around a point, they are definitely going to add up to 360 degrees. So that is something that you amazingly have to know, by the way, that all the angles that are around a point, they are definitely going to add up to 360 degrees. Now, let's actually look at something, right? Let's just look at this one. You know what? I'm not going to change this. I love it. I'm not going to change it. Let me just do this, right? So let's say we extend this. In fact, let me just erase this one. All right. So let's say we extend this, let's say we extend this like this. So now we've got M. So it's going to be 5, 6, and 7. Do you see it? So we've just turned this M to be angles around a point because they are actually diverging from all the side. So if we add angle number 1, angle number 2, angle number 3, angle number 4, angle number 5, angle number 6, and angle number 7, right? These are actually all the angles that are around you. I've just like added all the angles. What are they going to add up to? They are going to add up to 360 degrees. And you need to give a reason, right? Let me remind you of something. On Euclidean geometry, when you do something, you also give your best reasons. And the reason here, it's going to be what? Angles around a point. Now, guys, before we continue with this video, I've just been reminded of something. Guys, we want to make Nova app to be the best e-learning resource platform on the entire world. I'm saying this now, but of course we need to start here at home in South Africa, and we need your help to achieve that. I understand some of you guys, you don't want to tell your friends about Nova so that you can pass alone. I do get that. I understand. But look, this is no longer just about you. This is about Nova. We want Nova to grow. And guys, I urge you. I know some of your friends, they don't like school. I know that some of your friends, they will call you toxic, but do it for Nova, guys. We need to grow, because if we don't grow, we are not going to go anywhere as a platform, and eventually we are going to die. So save Nova by going onto your class. You can even stand in front of your class, guys, and tell the entire classroom about this incredible app by the name of Nova. We need you guys. We literally need you. The person who's listening to this, I know you're like, what is he saying? I know you'll be like, I'm not going to do it, but listen to my voice. I am begging you. We need that. We seriously need that. We need people to start using this platform. Tell your friends, show them how this app works, guy. I'm begging you. Just go and tell them and save our platform. Now, let's just continue with that. That is very important, guys. I'm hoping that you guys are going to do it. Now, let's just do this one, right? Let's just do this one. So what about if we do that one? What are we going to get? We're just going to add angle A plus angle B plus angle C. What is it going to add up to? It is also going to add up to 360 degrees. And now, what is your reason? Your reason, it is angle around a point, right? So it is actually angle around a point. So this is what you have learned today. Every angles that you're gonna add upon a straight line, they add up to 180 degrees. And all the angles that you are going to add around a point, they are going to add up to 360 degrees. My grade 11s, we are continuing. Let's go to the next video, guys. I'm just gonna see you there.